All right, guys, so today we're going to get into 5 hidden battles that every new trader faces. But before we do that, make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. We be getting a lot of motion here on the channel, but a lot of you guys aren't subscribed. I appreciate the attention you guys are bringing to the videos, but in order to help everyone and bring this content to new people, I need you guys to subscribe. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and run up that hype. Let's get into it. So these are 5 hidden battles that every new trader faces. The first one is confidence. The reason most new traders, they fail miserably when they start trading is their confidence. They're not confident in their strategy. They're not confident in what they know. They don't trust themselves. They're rushing into things that they shouldn't be rushing into. Like if you need to spend more time building your confidence paper trading, then you should be paper trading. There is no rush. The stock market is going to be there. It's been around for as long as I can remember. So there's no rush to jump into the market and lose your money. The object of the game is to protect your capital. And you cannot do that if you don't have all of the information. You need all of the information. And if that means staying on a paper trading account until you build confidence in your setup, confidence in your decision making, then that's what you need to do. So please get your confidence together, and then you can move into the live market and see what's going on with the trades. The second silent battle that most new traders face is too much information. So you can't have 40 indicators on your chart telling you 40 different things. I was a victim of that. I had all of these indicators thinking that if I found the right combination of indicators, they would tell me when should I get in, when should I buy, etc. That's not the case. I didn't become a profitable trader until I started removing everything from my chart. I stripped it down and I only looked at price action. What is this candle actually telling me? Why is this wick so long? Why is the wick so short? Why did this candle drive all the way down? Why did this candle drive all the way up at this certain position on the chart? All of that information I was able to gather once I removed all of those indicators away from my chart. So now all I trade with is price levels, so support and resistance, and I do trend lines. And I day trade as well as I'm a long-term trader as well. So I'm picking my positions for long-term gains, and I'm picking my positions for day trading. And all I use is support and resistance and some trend lines. When we get to a certain level, if we bounce, you get in. If we reject, you get in. It depends on how you want to play it. But strip away all of those indicators from your chart, paper trade that way so you understand how the stock's moving on its own, and then maybe add some indicators on top of your base. You need to get a really good, strong foundation, and then you can move forward. Part 3 is the emotional battle within trading. A lot of emotions come into play, especially when you're dealing with money, across multiple factors. If you're dealing with business, if you're dealing with paying your bills, if you're dealing with anything that involves money, emotions are going to be involved. So if you don't get those in check while you're trading, you're going to have a lot of stress. You shouldn't be trading with money you don't have, or you shouldn't be borrowing money to trade or anything like that, because that's similar to gambling. So you want to make sure that you have the funds to put up for you to trade, and you're secure in those funds, and that if you lose that money, it won't hurt you in any sort of way financially. You won't be able to not pay your bills, or you are missing mortgage payments, etc. You want to make sure you're secure with those funds, so that way the thought of losing the money isn't controlling how you trade, because that's a factor that affects a lot of new traders. They get in thinking that they're going to make all of this money super fast. So they put up $500, and then in 2 trades, that 5 is gone. And the entire time they were trading with fear. They were thinking about losing that actual money. Another thing is having anxiety when you are in drawdown, and having anxiety when you in profit. Because a lot of new traders, I've seen this myself, where a trader will take a trade, they'll be in profit, and as soon as they see a little bit of gain, it could be $100, $150, they take the money right away. They just missed a $600 move because they were so anxious that they were going to lose the money. Why? Because they let their emotions control them, and they didn't have the funds to put up in the first place. So that's why they're taking that profit so quick. So you have to keep your emotions in check. And that's something nobody talks about. A lot of these gurus, they're going to try to sell you guys on buy my strategy, buy this, buy that, and everything's going to be all right. You're going to be fine. I had a mentor. My mentor told me straight, if you don't get this stuff in check, you'll never be profitable. I can tell you how to do this. You can sit at the table with me and trade. But if you don't get yourself in check, then you'll never be profitable. And that's the truth. Number 4, what I want to talk about is patience. Patience is going to play a big role in if you're successful in trading or not, or at the end of the month when you look at your profit and loss statement, if you're in green or if you're in red. So just because you trade every day does not mean you're going to be profitable. What it takes is, and I learned this. I learned this maybe a year ago. You have to wait for your setup. There's trades within your setup. Like if you only buy in when it hits pre-market low and then you're waiting for that bounce back up. A lot of people take those trades and they're good, but there's trades within that trade. Like if market opens, it hits the pre-market high, rejects, and it goes down. You can take a put and ride that wave down. But your strategy is to wait until it hits the pre-market low, see if you get a bounce, and then ride that wave up. So there's trades within trades. But don't be so tempted because you see an aggressive move that all your plans just go out of the window and you start taking trades that you didn't even have intention on taking. That is you being impatient and you're not skilled enough to sit on your hands and wait for your setup to come to you. If you have patience in this, it's going to take you so far in trading. You're going to be exactly where you need to be. Sometimes they try to sell you on a dream with this trading thing, man. You're not going to be a millionaire in a year. I'm sorry, you're not. What I want you guys to understand is that you should be able to make $500 extra a week. And do you know how $500 extra a week can help a lot of people? It can help a ton of people, $200 to $500 extra a week. That's the difference between taking your family out to dinner, buying that car that you always wanted, but you couldn't quite afford it. You know what I mean? That puts you in a different place. You won't be, if you're trading right, you're not going to be a millionaire in a year. It's going to take to build to that situation. So please use your patience and you'll get exactly where you want to be. And number 5 is one of the most important to me, and it's your identity. You're not going to arrive to the trader that you want to be unless you feel like you deserve it. A lot of traders are trading and they don't truly believe that they can be successful in it. So when it fails, they have this mentality of, oh, I knew it wasn't going to happen for me. Something like this would never happen for me. That's an identity crisis. That's you not believing in yourself. You have to believe in yourself and you have to have the patience and take the time to know that I'm going to crawl. I'm going to crawl. I'm going to crawl. I'm going to crawl. And then eventually I'll be able to walk. And then I'm going to walk for a long time. And then I'm going to get to the point where I'm running. And then I'm going to get to the point where I'm running through walls and nothing can stop me. That's the type of confidence you need. You have to be sure in your process. Don't let anybody rush your process. You are going to need to take baby steps to get exactly where you want to be. And that's completely fine. And you should take your time. I also want to let you guys know that trading is a skill that compounds over time. The more you build it, the more you watch the charts, the more you see the behavior of the chart, it builds over time and you gather this knowledge base. So I didn't know as much as I know now about the charts when I first started. And I look back at some of the notes I took, some of the screenshots I took of the chart and the notes I put on the chart. And I'm like, what was I thinking? This was the move right here all along. Because I took my time, I studied, and I saw how the chart moves. I saw how the candlesticks moves more importantly. I saw how they wicked at certain positions, price levels at certain positions. I gathered enough knowledge to know I should zoom out and look at the chart, and then I can focus in on my strategy and seeing where the bounces will be, how the market's going to react when it gets to a certain number. Where should I get out at a certain number, etc. Those things are important and it comes over time. So take your time. So those are the 5 hidden battles that a lot of new traders face. And none of these gurus out here are talking about or giving you guys any real information on this. You're going to fail a lot at this. You're going to fail a lot and over and over and over and over. But you know what you're going to do while you're failing? You're going to be taking lessons. Every failure is going to be a lesson, until you stack so many lessons on top of each other that you now move forward with so much confidence that you start to hit those bangers. Every day you start to hit those bangers. Every week if you're swing trading, you'll start to knock it out and you'll start to know what you're doing and it'll all click for you. If you stick with it, I promise you, do not give up on yourself. Remember, focus on the process so you can get to them profits. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe, run up that hype. It helps get this information out to new traders. We can all help each other. We can all build success together. We can all provide tips to each other. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I thank you guys for your time. Peace.